Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. What you up to now? Day 1732 already. And I put a sticker on because I couldn't get a filter for some reason. Facebook has been going crazy lately in terms of changing and doing things differently. And features are here one day and then they're not the next. And then they're changing all the time. So one thing I've learned is when I'm using someone else's platform, just be flexible and go with it. Now I will be transitioning all of my stuff to a different platform, and I'll probably record somewhere else. I haven't decided yet, and I'll probably put that off until next year. So we'll deal with the changes on Facebook and other platforms until then, and then I'll start owning my own space, and I won't have to worry about the changes that other platforms choose to make or don't choose to make. Now, today we're talking about, and this is certain. We're talking about the certain paradox for the BU 365-day challenge, where we do one thing every day that improves us. We're spending about 20 days doing paradoxes the month of October, kind of to give us a break from the life framework, which we'll talk about again. Oh, I don't have it handy. Tomorrow. And we'll pick an area, an aspect of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, or confidence. And we're going to apply the SOAP framework to it again. We're going to talk about and practice using the SOAP framework, which is a framework for dealing with changes and challenges and when there is uncertainty in our life. Because one thing we can be certain of is that we can't be certain of anything except ourselves and our ability to deal with different situations, our ability to deal with changes that are outside of our control. Think of the weather. When's the last time you could control the weather? You can only change your behavior with respect to the weather. If there's a blizzard outside, you're going to put on your snow pants, your winter coat, your snow boots. If it's raining, you're going to grab your umbrella. But you can't stop the rain. You can't stop the snow. You just have to learn how to respond accordingly. And that's true of every area and aspect of our life. So certainty, the certain paradox, nothing is certain. There's lots of things I believed in my life that were certain, and they blew up, right? Blew up in my face. I was sure when I got married, I was certain when I got married that I was getting married only that was the only time I'd be married. Now, that may be true for me. I haven't decided yet whether I'll ever get married again or not. But when I entered into that commitment and that relationship, I was committing from my perspective that I was going to be married until I died. Now, it didn't work out that way because nothing in life is certain, right? Our idiom to go along with this for Supersize Your Business, for female entrepreneurs, but for all entrepreneurs, is sure as eggs is eggs. Now, I have personally never heard this particular idiom or expression. I've heard a lot of as sure as idioms: as sure as death, as sure as taxes, as sure as X is X. And my daughter was sharing a bunch of them yesterday with me that I've never heard of before. I can't remember them today because I've never heard of them before. But as sure as eggs sticks to me because it's bad grammar. Now, some people say as sure as eggs are eggs. It doesn't matter. It means the same thing. It means that we're pretty certain, we're very certain something will happen. We're very certain we'll graduate from a certification program or college or high school or whatever it may be. We're very certain, and I'm pretty certain, our kids will walk, right? When we have kids and grandkids, we're sure they'll walk. They'll figure it out. And I guess I discovered, and our question today was, what is something you are certain and sure of? And I think a lot of us got a wake-up call a couple of years ago when the pandemic hit, the COVID pandemic, because we were sure of what we were doing in our life. We were certain about our jobs and careers. We were certain our kids were going to school every day so we could go to work every day, etc. And all of a sudden, all of that blew up in a very, very short time, right? All of a sudden, boom, everybody's at home for the most part. Everything's closed unless it's an essential business or essential workers. And it was just the craziest time, I think, guarantee, craziest time in my entire life with respect to global impact of something, not personal things, personal traumas, personal drama, personal experiences aside. As far as a thing that happened that impacted billions of people, doesn't happen very often. And that was it. And I don't think very many of us, if any of us, were prepared. We just had to either wait or go with the flow or figure it out. And a lot of people didn't figure it out, and they're struggling now to unravel the damage that was caused in their personal lives by things outside of themselves, right? So certain paradox, Tomorrow we'll cover one more paradox, then we're going to switch gears and actually run through the SOAP framework for one of the areas and aspects of our life. We'll pick on Sunday, probably we'll talk about that a little bit and pick one, and then which is day after tomorrow, and then we'll flip into November for the annual challenge. And if I'm being honest, I really don't know what that's going to look like yet. We might do another no nonsense November where we talk about one life, or we talk about beliefs, or we do hypnosis. We'll do something fun. I kind of want to have a whole theme for the month because it makes it easier for me, and I am traveling most of November and into December, so it makes it challenging to be doing my videos on the road. I love doing it, but it'll be challenging, and so I'd like to have the theme and the topics for November and December, or the overarching what we're going to talk about and what I want to accomplish for each of those periods in the challenge. Figure it out before I go. All right, if I can help you anyway, ask. I say that all the time. 5 minutes. If you are struggling, if you are stuck, if you've got a question and you really don't feel like you have somebody that you can question or ask the question of, you don't have a resource or a tool, I want to be that and offer up being that resource or tool for you. I don't say it every day. I say it every once in a while when I've got flexibility and time in my schedule, and I am working on projects, but I also am participating in a new program next week, and so it'll tie up a lot of my time, but it'll free my blocks of time that I normally have scheduled out, so that I can participate in that and do the work for that. Because whenever I'm learning something new, I want to go all in and do it. I have to do it while I'm learning it, or like everybody else, we lose it, and as sure as eggs is eggs, we're going to forget the things that we learn. So I like to apply them immediately. All right, if I can help anyway, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow.